Hello, welcome to the queue. It is turn 17, Operation 20th Corps. It is the USA turn. And at the end of the turn, we got to roll a dice to see if the game ends. So we got 80 bucks to spend. In that $80, we're going to lend lease France an anti-aircraft gun. We're going to finish a heavy cruiser. We're going to finish a heavy carrier. We're going to finish a heavy battleship. We're going to finish a port. We're going to build a destroyer. We've got 2 militia upgrades, 3 militia. In London, we're going to drop down an airborne. And then on the San Francisco side, we're going to build a sub, a light cruiser, a 2 attack transports, 1 jet, and 1 infantry to fill out our last dollars. We got our tech rolls, which don't mean a whole lot, but we're going to roll them anyway. So let's get a green dice. Here's the first wave at 7. And we got, oh wow, we got 3. Green, well, the only one we didn't get was orange. So amphib, radar, and advanced infantry, or mechanized infantry. So there we go. Let's go on to our other 3. We get rid of that green dice, and these are at 8. And we got 1, orange, which is submarines. So that's the first one on subs. None of those will probably get finished. Anyway, we'll leave those dice because we got some combat. Let's look at what we've got here. Got some walk-ons too. This transport in Gibraltar comes out into A44, grabs the infantry off Portugal, comes down 1, 2, 3 into A51 and lands him here in Angola, which means no point value change. It's just Italy is gone there, which is, sort of important. We're going to attack Italy on the other side of Africa as well. We have an attack transport coming out of, or do we want to use let's use the regular transport coming out of the north side here of M8. It'll come down 1, and it will bring an infantry and a marine, and they will go in there. I've got a medium bomber, comes out of lower Egypt, 1, 2. He's got 5 left. And then we've got our fighter and our tactical off the carrier, 1, 2, and they both have 3 left. This attack transport, so I don't forget, we'll move to the north side and go in port with those 2 British ones. All right, and then, of course, that airborne and that medium armor in Upper Egypt. All right, so that is the second attack. The third attack, this strategic bomber will fly out of Rashtadan Air Base. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to bomb the rail lines between North Caucasia and Transcaucasia. And then we'll have a movement of 5 left. And I don't need to roll the dice because the max damage is 2, and I got 3 dice to roll. So that one is complete. Second, all this is sitting here in P60 because the British card moved. We're going to follow them. But we're going to take 1 transport out of P60 and come over 1 to P50 with 2 infantry. And then 1 will land on Luzon, 1 will land down here on Mindanao. And that will be that. All right. More walk-ons. All right. Since the British convoyed for 4, we're not going to go for 1. So we're going to take our 2 subs in P50, go over 1, 2 to P43, and all 3 subs are going to go after these 2 guys here. So see what happens there. All right, what else do we have? We've got combat here in Dutch New Guinea. So that is, this regular transport is going to grab Marine and an artillery from P60. You can come over 1 to P62, and they'll go in there. So that will be just the Marine on round 1, 2 planes, and then the artillery will follow on round 2. All right, the 2 planes are the tactical coming from P60. I'll have a movement of 1. The jet coming from Fiji, 1, 2, 3, 4. He'll have a movement of 1 left. This fighter will go over here to Malaya. And is that it? Let's move our markers. Oh, yeah, we're going to take a crack here at the Marshall Islands. We've got the regular transport comes out of Midway, 1 to P-29, 2, 3 to P-47. He's going to grab an infantry and the artillery, chip that out. It's an advanced artillery, so we'll take that off. They're going to go into the Marshalls. We're going to bring down 1 battleship for a bombard. 1, 2, 3. And our final battle is this, we remembered this time, heavy strategic bomber. 2, 3, 4, has a movement of 5. We're going to try it for a 3rd or 4th time, I'm not sure, to get those guys on Wake. Is it Wake? Yeah, Wake. All right, that should be our attacks. And we'll do some non-coms afterwards. Let's mark that. We don't want to forget to move that ship. And that way we move the rest. All right, so let's roll. Starting, well, let's just bring the tray over here. Where's a good spot to set that? We'll set it right here. Oh, we made a mess. We made a mess. I thought that whole card would slide. We'll have to adjust that later. All right. So first dice roll will be here in Eritrea. So we got a Marine and an infantry at 1. Nope. We got a fighter at 6. There's a hit. And we got a bomber and a tactical bomber at 7. So we got 2 hits. We needed 1. Italians fight back with a militia at 2, and it is close. But no cigar. And that is worth nothing as well, other than we've extinguished some more Italians. All right. That we don't need to roll. What do we got here? Those are walk-ons. Let's roll the 3 subs. They are first strike on that torpedo boat destroyer. At 3, of course. Well, you know what? That could be a 2 or a 12, so we'll roll that again. Doggone it. Ah, we missed. All right. So the torpedo boat destroyer rolls back. Uh-oh, we got a spinner. All right. So now we got 3 at 3 for round 2 from the U.S. submarine force. They fail. Japanese torpedo boat destroyer fails. Round 3. Fail again. And let's do the Japanese. They fail as well. Round 4. This is a miserable battle. Oh my gosh. All right. Torpedo boat destroyer defends. No. Round 5. There we go. We got 2 hits, of course. All right. So let's roll the torpedo boat destroyer. Thank you. All right. So that automatically kills that transport as well. This next battle here in Dutch New Guinea, we've got a Marine. I believe that's mountainous there. It is. So we've got a 2 or 1 for the Marine. Oh, that would have been it. We got a 7 for the tactical. That's a hit. We got an 8 for the jet. 2 hits. All right. The militia fires back at an 8. All right. So Dutch New Guinea falls. And artillery comes on board. All right. Next battle here, we'll have a shore bombard with 1 battleship. No. All right. It is not an attack transport, so just the infantry is the first round. And that's at a 2. Nope. Militia defends at a 2. No. All right, round 2. The battleship is gone. However, the advanced artillery is coming in. It will boost the infantry to a 3. So the U.S. infantry is at a 3. The artillery is at a 4. And the defense of the militia is at a 2. Round 3. Infantry at a 3. Advanced artillery at a 4. Militia at a 2. Holy cow. Is this round 3 or 4? I don't know. Anyway, infantry at a 3. Artillery at a 4. Holy moly. Militia at a 2. Round 5, maybe? Infantry at a 3. Let's get rid of that dice. Artillery at a 4. Oh my gosh. Militia at a 2. Holy moly. Round 5. Infantry at a 3. Artillery at a 4. There we go. Bingo. And a militia fires back at a 2. No. All right. So that falls. And finally, I need 2 more dice. It's 5 dice. All right. So 5 dice at 2 on Wake Island as they're carpet bombed for a 3rd turn in a row, I think. Nothing. Dang it. Okay, so let's count up what we gained from Japan. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we snag 4 from Japan, and then nothing from Italy because those weren't worth anything. So Japan will drop down, US will go up. And let's land some planes. All right, so this medium bomber will go back to Egypt along with this fighter. This tactical will go back to the carrier. So that's those planes landed. This plane up here, let's see, 1 would be into the sea. 2, 3, 4, 5, and he'll go into Egypt as well, Cairo. All right, so over here we've got a fighter that was in P60. He comes over 1, 2 into Malaya. The remainder of the fleet will come over 2 into P64. And that is everything but 1 destroyer. So a destroyer, light cruiser, carrier. And I'll move them over there. 3 battleships. Should have had them on a card. 2 heavy cruisers. All right, the attack transport will grab a marine and artillery off Borneo, and they'll come here and drop them off in Queensland. And then this last destroyer that was in P60 will come over here to P62 where that lone transport is. All right, so we got a transport here on Samoa. He'll come over 1, 2 into P64, drop the 2 infantry off in Queensland. All right, so that's that. The bomber goes back to Hawaii, Pearl Harbor there. All right, so what will be shifting here is this regular battleship will come out of port in Midway, come down 1, 2 into P29 and stay out in the ocean. This heavy battleship from P25 will come out and do the same. And I do have strategic naval movement. All right, so he's going to just shift. This attack transport's going to go up to P22 and go in port in Midway. All right. Looking around. Oh, we got to land these planes. All right, so the jet has to land here in New Guinea with the British, and the tactical can go back to the carrier. All right, so that's it for those forces. We're going to leave our airborne and medium armor in Egypt. Everything there is going to stay as well. We've got a destroyer, an A-35. He does not have, port is not finished, so he can't make it. 1, 2, 3. So This destroyer that's in A44 will come over 1, 2, 3 into M8. This destroyer will come down 1 to A44. Strategic naval move, infantry and an advanced artillery load up on an attack transport, come down 4 and go in port here in Gibraltar. The jet will also fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into Gibraltar. And we got a fighter up here in London, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into Gibraltar. That is the U.S. turn. So let's place our goods. And I know on this side we're finishing this port here in Spain. So that's done. This destroyer goes here as well in A35 at that shipyard. I've got a militia that's getting placed and then 2 upgrades. Whoops. One of the upgrades is here in Portugal. The militia is going down here in Java. And then another infantry militia will go here in Midway. All right, so that's that. We got the French anti-aircraft gun. We've got the American paratrooper. So the paratrooper goes into London. And the anti-aircraft gun will come out of any of those U.S. ports, make the port run into Cameroon. Was that even on camera? I don't know. Last but not least, we got all these items over here in the Pacific, along with those ships there. We'll get those off the card. So all 3 of these will be finished. Oh, but you know what? I didn't bring, well, for now that's fine. They're both heavy there. So the heavy carrier, heavy battleship, heavy cruiser all go in P25. We got dual shipyards there. Well, I think we also have the improved factories. So the light cruiser, the 2 attack transports, and the submarine also go into P25. The jet and the infantry go into San Francisco. We are golden. Let's look at some cash. So we are up to 72 plus 12 will be 84, but we're going to roll this dice first. Before I forget, let's do the money. So 72 plus our 12 bonus, 84. All right, so there's 84. Let's roll the dice. The game ends on a 2, right? A 1 and a 2. So I guess it doesn't matter if it was a 3. So that is it. On to turns 18 it is for Germany. And let's do a recap. If you want to hang around, great. If not, we'll see you next time. Up in London, 1 airborne, 1 rocket. A35, a destroyer. A44, a destroyer. Portugal, infantry, militia. Gibraltar is 2 infantry, 2 advanced artillery. In port is an attack transport. There is a jet and a fighter as well. Transport in A51. Infantry in Angola. Infantry Marine in Eritrea. Transport in I5. In Egypt is a fighter, strategic bomber, medium bomber. It's a heavy strategic bomber. Medium armor and an airborne, and in port is an attack transport. In M8, I believe. Yes. 2 destroyers, battleship, carrier, tactical, along with some British ships. Moving on this way. In Malaya, we got a fighter. In P50, we got a transport. Luzon and Mindanao, 2 infantry each. 3 subs in P43. Destroyer, transport in P62. Marine artillery in New Guinea. Queensland is 3 infantry and an artillery. P64, 3 battleships, 2 heavy cruisers, 1 light cruiser, 1 destroyer, 1 carrier with a tactical bomber, 1 regular transport, 1 attack transport. Moving on up, P-47 is a battleship transport. Infantry, advanced artillery in the Marshall Islands. P-36 a sub, P-4 a sub, P-22 2 coastal subs. Important Midway is a TAC transport heavy cruiser. There are now 2, 5, 8, 11 infantry, 1 advanced artillery, 1 regular artillery, 1 airborne, 1 militia, a fighter, and a jet in Midway. Hawaii is 3 infantry, 2 militia, 1 fighter, 1 anti-aircraft, 1 advanced artillery. In port is 2 heavy battleships and a carrier. In the sea zone is a heavy battleship, a destroyer, a heavy cruiser. And in P-25 is a sub, 2 attack transports, 1 light cruiser, 1 heavy cruiser, 1 heavy battleship, 1 heavy carrier. And San Francisco is a jet, 2 infantry, and last but not least is our guy, militia up in Alaska, riding out the war. All right, let's see what Germany has in store. But before we get there, let's look at this bad boy. That's right, Italy's got themselves a Tiger tank. One of the few times I get to place Italian heavy armor on the board.